हाय फ्रेंड्स। आज हमारी जो डिस्कशन है, जो कि थर्मोडायनेमिक लेक्चर सीरीज में हमने वर्क के बारे में काफ़ी कुछ डिस्कस कर लिया। एक अगला टर्म आता है जिसके इंट्रैक्शन से हमने शुरू किया था इस पूरे सब्जेक्ट को, दैट इज हीट। मैंने आपको बताया था कि थर्मोडायनेमिक्स इज ए काइंड ऑफ सब्जेक्ट विच डील्स विथ इंट्रैक्शन ऑफ हीट एंड इट्स फॉर्मेशन इनटू वर्क। तो वर्क के बारे में बहुत कुछ मैं डिस्कस कर चुका हूँ। हीट के बारे में आज मैं डिस्कस करूँगा। तो सबसे पहले ये हीट होता क्या है, हीट होता क्या है इसके बारे में हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो हीट इज ए फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी, हीट इज ए फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी heat is a form of energy which flows due to temperature difference, which flows due to temperature difference। टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस के कारण जो एनर्जी फ्लो करती है उसको हीट बोला जाता है। इसका जो स्पॉन्टेनियस नेचर है, दैट इज ऑफ फ्लो डायरेक्शन जो होगी वो हायर टेम्परेचर से लोअर टेम्परेचर पे होगी, इतना तो हम जानते हैं। हीट एक एनर्जी का फॉर्म है विच फ्लोज ड्यू टू टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस। जो एनर्जी का फॉर्म टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस के कारण फ्लो होगा, दैट इज हीट। अब ये हीट पाथ का फंक्शन होता है, ये प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द सिस्टम नहीं होता है। ध्यान समझिए, जिस पाथ से आप एक सिस्टम को दूसरे सिस्टम एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट में एक सिस्टम को आप ले जाते हैं, तो उस पर डिपेंड करेगा कि क्वांटिटी ऑफ हीट कितनी लग रही है। तो ये आपकी प्रॉपर्टी हो नहीं सकती, ये पाथ फंक्शन होता है। अब अगर हम चर्चा करें हीट के बारे में, तो कुछ टर्मिनोलॉजीज आपको क्लियर पता होनी चाहिए। हीट में दो फॉर्म्स आते हैं हीट के। एक होता है सेंसिबल हीट, सेंसिबल हीट, और दूसरा होता है लेटेंट हीट, लेटेंट हीट। सेंसिबल हीट क्या होता है? देखो, अगर हीट की बात की जाए ना, तो हीट इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू समथिंग। द there are two portions of the energy that are required. One is for motion of the atoms and molecules and another is for breaking the bonds. बहुत क्लियर रहना है अपने को इस बारे में कि जो पोर्शन ऑफ एनर्जी, हीट एनर्जी, जो मोशन ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल और काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल को बढ़ाने में जाती है, यानी टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज करने में जाती है, दैट रिफर्स टू सेंसिबल हीट, दैट रेफर्स टू सेंसिबल हीट। एकदम क्लियर रहना है अपने को इस कॉन्सेप्ट में कि जो दैट पोर्शन ऑफ एनर्जी दैट इज responsible for increasing the kinetic energy of the molecules of a system and hence the temperature of the body. So that particular portion of energy is termed as sensible heat. Now second type of is latent heat. Latent heat, latent heat is responsible for phase change. Phase change, it means what? If something is in solid, it will be converted into liquid, so the state change is going on, or liquid will be changed into what? Gas. So wherever the state change is going on, the temperature does not change. In that case, the energy goes in breaking the bonds of molecule rather than increasing the kinetic energy of the molecule of the system. That's why this kind of heat is not available for increasing the temperature of body, and that is why this heat is called latent heat of the system. Now, there are two kinds of latent heat also, that is latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. One is responsible for converting solid to the liquid, and another is responsible for converting the liquid to the gas. It means what? If you have taken a portion of a system and you are supplying the energy, and within a time frame the system is changing its state, so during the state change process the temperature will not increase, rather the system will go from solid to liquid or liquid to gas. So the heat utilized during this system is termed as latent heat. So there should be, we must have very much clarity about the concept that whatever heat you are supplying to the system, or whatever heat is being supplied to the system due to temperature difference, is divided into two parts. One is sensible heat, another is latent heat. Sensible heat is responsible for temperature change, latent heat is responsible for phase change. The sensible heat is responsible for kinetic energy of the molecules that are the part of the system to be changed, while latent heat is utilized in breaking the bonds and changing the phase of the system. So we must be very much clear about this. And another thing I have already told you, that heat is a path function, so it is not a property of the system. You can say it depends on the process, it depends on the path from which it is being supplied to the system. Another point of view in thermodynamics comes into the picture, that what will be the sign convention. The sign convention, if suppose this is the system, and if heat is being added to the system, then it is taken to be positive, and if it is taken out from the system, then it is said to be negative. To be very clear, when you are adding the heat to the system, you will take positive, and whenever you are taking out the heat from the system, or heat is being removed from the system, rejected from the system, so that heat is taken to be negative in thermodynamics sign convention. We have to be very much clear about it. Now if I say that on what heat depends upon, so heat depends on what extent of the material. You can see, you can observe, if you are supplying some amount of heat to the object, oh, the sensible heat, the temperature increase of a body is proportional how much that body is large. So that I am talking about. But heat itself is a quantity that is being supplied due to the temperature difference. So that should not be confused with the other things, like entropy and all other things. This is only the form of energy that travels due to temperature difference. There are two parts, one is sensible heat and latent heat. Sensible heat is that form of heat that is responsible for increasing the kinetic energy of the molecules of the system, and hence the temperature of the system. Latent heat is responsible for breaking the bonds of the molecules and atoms in that particular system, and that is why it is responsible for changing the phase, not the temperature of the system. So we have to be very much clear about this. Now if coming to one more thing that you often hear, is about heats. Actually when interacting with the system, heats are defined different ways. One is specific heat. Now the question is, what is specific heat? Specific heat means what? That heat uh, per unit mass which is responsible for increasing the temperature by 1 degree, 1 unit. 1 unit, why I'm calling 1 unit, it may be 1 degree Celsius, it may be 1 Kelvin. So whatever unit you are taking, so that is by 1 unit per unit mass the heat required is termed as the specific heat. There are different conditions on which this specific heat also depends. Let us discuss that. Like that, if I erase this, uh, specific heat, uh, specific heat specific heat is the heat supplied per unit mass to increase the temperature by 1 degree. So that is actually specific heat indicated by C. So that why I was discussing about different conditions. So there are two conditions in the case of gases you can see. One is at constant pressure, and another is at constant volume. Constant pressure is denoted by Cp. So that is what, suppose there is a piston cylinder arrangement and some gas is filled inside it, and this is the piston. Now if you are supplying heat to particular system, what will happen? This heat will enter and this piston starts moving. So at a particular condition we are supplying such that the pressure of the system remains constant. If the pressure of the system remains constant, then if we are talking about calculation of a specific heat, so that is equal to Cp, that is constant specific heat at constant pressure. Now another is specific heat at constant volume, that is equal to if suppose in this arrangement you are applying a stop valve here or some kind of check here that piston cannot move upside, what will happen? The volume will remain constant and you are increasing the temperature of the body. So in that case the per degree temperature increase per unit mass, the heat required is termed as specific heat at constant volume. Now another very interesting fact, I have already discussed about adiabatic process, that PV to the power gamma is equal to constant. So this gamma is ratio of this specific heat at constant pressure upon specific heat at constant volume. Specific heat at constant pressure upon specific heat at constant volume. So if you see for gamma, that is adiabatic index of the gas. So adiabatic index of the gas, the value of gamma for monoatomic gases is 1.67. That you have to keep in mind, that for monoatomic gas the value of gamma is 1.67, while for diatomic 1.44, 1.4 diatomic, and for triatomic that is 1.33, the value of gamma is 1.33. So that is a very important thing. And you know, the value of specific heat at constant pressure is always higher than specific heat at constant volume. This can be explained in the two manners. I will explain you why this is happening. because already when I have started the discussion I have told you that when heat is supplied is responsible for, when we are talking about sensible heat, it is responsible for increasing the kinetic energy. Now if you are not placing any check, you are just increasing the mean free path of these molecules, and that is why the more heat is required for increasing the temperature per unit degree Celsius. That is why the value of specific heat at constant pressure is greater than specific heat at constant volume. That may be a proper reason for why specific heat at constant pressure is greater than specific heat at constant volume. Anyway, uh, the difference of specific heat at constant pressure to specific heat at constant volume for a particular gas, in the case of ideal gases, gives us the characteristic gas constant, that is equal to R. So we will prove this in later stages, but this relation is very useful and is often utilized in solving the questions. So now we have learnt about specific heat, we have learnt about latent heat, we have learnt about sensible heat. So that we must clear. Now if you are given some specific heat, then how to calculate the total heat of the system? So that is too easy, that is too easy. Only the formulas are, let me raise this for writing that relation. That will be, the formulas are specific heat, you can say, if I write for specific heat at constant volume, that is equal to mcv delta t. And when you are utilizing that constant pressure, to mcp delta t. In later stages you will learn about this and this for in much more in detail about internal energy and enthalpy when I will deal with the first law of thermodynamics in next lecture. Okay, thank you. That is a short description of heat, and we will enjoy studying thermodynamics in later lectures. In much more detail, we are just going to understand that why any heat transfer is happening and how that heat is converted into work in upcoming lectures. Thank you for for listening this lecture. You can ask your doubt in the comments. Thank you.